go. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Buena Vista Township regular meeting, June 27th, 2022. Lisa, roll call.
Mr. Krenzer?
Here.
Mr. Martinelli?
Here.
Mrs. Testa?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mayor Ruggieri?
Here. On January 7th, 2022, notice of this meeting was mailed to the Daily Journal, the press, and duly noted in the main lobby of the municipal complex. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. I'd like to ask everyone to rise for the flag salute. Steve, do you mind?
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes for approval this evening. The workshop meeting, May 23rd, 2022, and the executive meeting, May 23rd, 2022.
Motion to approve the minutes is read into the record.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Yes.
Martinelli?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
Number 5, announcements, presentations, and discussions. Our first order of business is our Business of the Month recognition to the Richland Carpet and Flooring Company, presented by Mayor Ruggieri.
Come on down, guys.
Yep, come on through it.
Front center. I got yelled at last time for not being close enough to the microphone, so I'm going to hand this to you guys. So, real quick rundown. Richland Carpet, 1971, correct? Is that when the magic started?
That's when it started.
Phil and Jean, intimately involved in just about every component of BBT, instrumental in the day-to-day. So, several years on the rec committee, still currently involved in special events. Really, and this is kind of my soapbox that I almost feel like I dilute my message because I say it so frequently enough. What you guys do incrementally, big picture, is so pivotal. We try to do a lot of stuff. I mean, we literally, that hometown newsletter went out last week, and it's chock full of events. I mean, we do more than some of our peers in a quarter than some of our neighbors do annually. Your involvement with that is critical to filling in the void between school and back to school and all those events we do in our parks and in our areas of interest. So I want to turn the floor over to you if you want to say a little bit about Richland as a whole, a little bit about you guys as a family.
I mean, we're proud of the community, what you guys are doing, and, you know, we show up every day, try to work hard, and try to take care of people. That's basically our philosophy.
Pretty simple formula, right?
That's right.
It gets lost on a lot of
And
people, but if you...
my wife, my brother Joe, my son's involved, and Frankie Compari, our warehouse guy, they're all instrumental.
Well, on behalf of myself, BBT as a whole, the governing body, I thank you guys for your continual involvement
And
in
we
the
thank
community.
you for this.
And it really does. It goes a long way in the grand scheme of
We're
things.
very proud to receive this.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Congratulations.
We're going to get a picture.
That's all right. I'll go right in the top.
Thanks again, guys.
It's actually a great idea.
Alrighty, next up.
Yep, next up is a Making Buena Vista Township Proud Award to Julie Guzman.
Congratulations. So I'm going to hand this to you on behalf of BBT. Can you tell us a little bit about the award and kind of the lead up to it and what to look forward to moving forward?
So I just recently became Miss Tri-City 2022. It's something that really made me happy. It's something that is so exciting because I get to go to events and I get to talk to people and meet new people. So my platform is body positivity. It's focusing on your self-esteem and your a way that I have is focusing on the arts. That's another thing that I like to do.
So I want to, again, thank you on behalf of the township. I hope any part of the celebration didn't result in what's on your right foot. So what's next? What's on the horizon?
So the Cumberland County Fair is coming up.
Okay.
And I'm also going to be going to the Vista Township, the
Independence Day?
Yeah, the Independence Day
Okay, so
Festival.
we'll all see you Saturday. Very
I'll
cool.
be singing the national anthem.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And it was congratulations. It was really nice seeing you, and we'll see you again in a few days. All righty?
Yeah.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
I'll send you two. Number 7, ordinances for introduction, first reading. Our first ordinance is ordinance 116-2022, amending and supplementing Chapter 216, property, abandon, and nuisance.
Need a motion and a second on 1/16/2022.
Motion to accept?
Second. Roll call. Ellen was our second.
Okay, thank you. I was just about to ask. Krenzer,
Yes.
Martinelli,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
and Ruggieri.
Yes.
The public hearing will be held July 25th, 2022. Mayor, after I finish the introductions, I'll come back to your mayor's
got you.
report. I
All good.
apologize.
No worries.
We were so excited, we were just getting on with the business.
No worries. It's award season.
Next ordinance is 117-2022, authorizing the sale of township-owned land.
Need a motion and a second on 1/17/2022.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer,
Yes.
Martinelli,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
and Ruggieri.
Yes.
Number 118-2022, amending Township Code Chapter Personnel Policies, Chapter 36.
A motion and a second on 1/18/2022.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Roll call.
Krenzer,
Yes.
Martinelli,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes.
Okay, before we go on to the next one, we'll go back to Mayor's report.
Alrighty, I got a few things tonight. I want to start with Buena Little League. The closing ceremony was last Wednesday, the 22nd. I want to thank the organization as a whole for another phenomenal season. I'd like to thank the league, the coaches, the parents, the kids, and everyone that made this really another stellar year. Attended the Mayor's Association dinner last Friday at Fazzolari's with John and Aaron. It was really a really good event. We hosted it in our little treasure down the road on Route 40. It was very nice to interact with a lot of the other local mayors and the county execs and kind of hear about some of the larger profile projects that are underway and kind of what we have to look forward to throughout the county and the what's left of 2022 and into 2023. I want to touch briefly on the summer concert series. They are underway. We finished our first installment last week. We have 7 more to go. I beg you, please join us at Michael Debbie Park every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Music, very reasonable food. Reasonably priced food, phenomenal quality, really great atmosphere, and again, it's an evening that never disappoints. I want to highlight real quick the hometown newsletter. There's a lot that goes into this document here. I want to thank both Beth and Lisa for the composition of this. I would say 60 to 70% of the calls we get during the course of the week at Town Hall are answered within this document. So again, I know this probably gets lost in a sea of junk mail, but I do beg you, please look through this. Please clip it to your refrigerator, keep it on your desk. A lot of 3/4 of what you're going to want to know is already addressed in these 3 pages. And then lastly, Independence Day. So July 2nd, Saturday, weather permitting. I'm already kind of seeing some ominous stuff on the forecast, but we hope that will course correct in the days ahead. I can't say enough about this event. The parade, the music, the food vendors, the non-food vendors, fire department, state police, special events. There's literally a million things to do with your kids at this event. It's a very long day. Lastly, most important, fireworks. We're going to have fireworks for the first time in several years. Again, a lot went into putting this event together. The most important ingredient in this event is you guys. So really our litmus test, when we look at these events, in the weeks that follow, is turnout. So you guys are the most important ingredient, and I really would like to see everyone there this Saturday at Michael W. Park. And that's all I have for my report.
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor. Back to 8, ordinances for public hearing, second reading. Ordinance 115-2022, authorizing the sale of township-owned land.
Need a motion and a second on 115-2022.
Motion.
Second.
John and Ellen?
Will I take that as opening that to the public, Mayor?
Yes.
So 115-2022 is open to the public for any comment.
Motion to close on 115-2022.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I apologize. Yeah, we're good to go.
And let the record know that Krenzer abstained from that, please.
Well, this is, we now need a motion to adopt 115-2022.
Need a motion and a second to adopt 115-2022.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Abstain.
Martinelli?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
Number 9, public comment on current agenda items only. In order for the committee to conduct the business of the township in the most productive manner possible, attendees will be given 2 minutes, all-inclusive, to comment on any agenda items without comment or question from the committee, but only on items specified on the agenda listed for the current meeting. Please step up to the microphone at the appropriate time and state your name and address for the record. Resolution 111-22, authorizing payments of bills in the amount of $797,298.61. Of that, the fire district taxes was $312,951.50. Consent agenda. Consent agenda includes items of business which are not controversial and do not require individual discussion. A motion approving the consent agenda is moved, seconded, and voted upon as one item by the Township Committee. If any discussion is requested on the consent agenda, it is removed from the consent agenda to the regular agenda. Resolutions 112-22, authorizing the issuance of street opening permits to South Jersey Gas. 113-22 is authorizing the issuance of a roadway solicitation permit to the East Vineland Volunteer Fire Company. 114-22 is approve a budget amendment, Chapter 159, Clean Community Grant. 115-22 is authorizing the refund of tax payment to Nathaniel Vega due to veterans exemption. 116-22 is refunding application fees for the community yard sale. 117-22 is granting the renewal of plenary retail consumption licenses for licensing term of 2022 to 2023. 118-22 is authorizing the mayor to execute the First Amendment agreement with the ACIA for the countywide registration. 119-22 is authorizing the interlocal agreement with the ACIA for the housing rehabilitation program. 120-22 is authorizing the acceptance of land sale bid for Mason Avenue. 121-22 is authorizing the refund of a land sale deposit. 122-22 is authorizing the appointment of Freddie Jean Sykes as part-time seasonal employee. 123-22 is accepting the resignation and retirement of tax collector Kathleen Merlino. 124-22 is rescinding the appointment of Quentin McClendon as office manager. And 125-22 is approving merit increases to salaries of township employees.
Need a motion and a second to open to the public on agenda items only.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're now open to the public on agenda items only.
was a lot.
Good evening, Julie Akers, Newtonville. I had one question on the amendment with the Wayne County Improvement Authority, and I didn't get a chance to read both those resolutions. Will this mean that it's going to be putting some of those monies that are generated into the housing rehabilitation program? What does it mean?
So,
The amendment.
so 118-22, the authorization for the First Amendment Agreement, is changing how the proceeds are received and distributed back to the municipalities.
Okay.
So we are still contracted with Community Champions and the ACIA, but the Community Champions will be providing the proceeds to the ACIA, and then the county will release them back to the municipality. It's just basically how the flow of money will come back to the towns. Nothing additional as changes other than just
The mechanism.
the mechanism of the payment.
So what's the interlocal agreement, the next one, 119-20?
So the interlocal is the 3-year agreement that we always have, which is the housing rehab, where individuals are able to apply to the ACIA for loans that subsequently become either forgivable or low reduction loans on their properties if they're in need of a roof or wells or things of that nature that's approved within the guidelines of HUD.
Okay. Sounds good, thanks.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Anybody else? Motion to close to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion and a second to adopt resolutions 111, 22, pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills?
Second?
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Yes.
Martinelli?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes. Need a motion and a second to adopt consent agenda resolutions 112 through 125.
Motion to adopt 112 through 125, 2022, or 22.
Second?
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Yes.
Martinelli?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
Township Administrators Report. It's been a long month since the last time we met. I wanted to thank all members of committee as well as our special events committee that came out to help with our community yard sale. We had it postponed due to weather, but we ended up pulling it off. It was a great day. It was a hot day. I appreciate Mr. Krenzer stepping in as our chef du jour for that day.
I don't know if I'd consider myself that, but
You know, and all members of committee that came out to be able to help that day. I know Ellen was there and John and Bill, so thank you so much for everybody coming out, as well as additional volunteers. 4th of July is coming up, and just to piggyback on the mayor with that, I did receive confirmation today from the Jersey State Police that we do have canine demonstrations throughout the day, 3 of them. We also will have their mounted unit, which is horses, coming. They are working on getting their boat here as well as their ERT team. So we will have very various things happening with New Jersey State Police as well as a flyover that day too. So we are extremely excited for the partnering with New Jersey State Police and MDA. The Municipal Drug Alliance will be there in our alcohol-free zone for every type of game, activity, learning information for all the kids of all ages to be able to come out, and then the adults, you know, you can sit in our beer garden that we have going on as well. You can send the kids over and let them play for the day. So it's a great opportunity for the full family. It is all day that's happening. Definitely in the morning we have Lonnie Youngblood that is going to be performing. We have Nikki G coming out also at 3 o'clock. Fire truck parades, fire apparatus show. We have water barrel fights, Collins Lakes, East Vineland, Richland. So please come out to be able to view everybody. EMS will be on scene as well with giveaways. So it's definitely going to be a great day, great event. I just wanted to just provide a little bit additional information for the mayor to be able to provide for everybody. So we're excited. Everything's coming together. Keep our fingers crossed. The weather changes every day, so if we have to postpone, it'll be the following Saturday. But you know, we'll try to get it through to see how it works. And then fireworks, the end of the night, sundown, they go off. So we are good to go. And that's my report.
Lisa had briefly touched on the yard sale, which jogged my memory, and that was left out of my initial report. The event completely exceeded expectations. I think some of that might have been aided by the delay. We had the weather that pushed the event back a few weeks, which almost doubled the turnout that we were originally projecting versus what we had that day. I definitely think this is an event that's worth doing. I think that this event pairs very well on the tail end of our township cleanup month during the course of the month of April. You're able to rummage through over 4 or 5 weeks, pick out the good stuff, the bad stuff. The bad stuff goes to Public Works. The good stuff goes to Michael Debbie. So any feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, face-to-face, Facebook, please let us know. But I think the yard sale is definitely going to work its way into our yearly cadence.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Agreed.
And we're going to kick it over to committee reports, and we'll start with you, Aaron. What do you have for us tonight?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things tonight. First off, congratulations to Richland Carpet. We appreciate everything you guys do in our community, and you guys are the go-to for any of that stuff. So thank you again very much. And Julie Guzman, thank you very much too for everything you do, and congratulations as well. So I know we've touched base on this. The yard sale was great, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped set that up. It started days before with planning and getting all the different vendor booths set up and lines and measuring and things like that. But it really worked out very well. And I know that I mean my wife came home with more stuff than what she went there with, unfortunately. So it didn't really work out too well for me, but. Also, zoning board met last month. We approved a couple different things. There's a new house going up in town, so I love when things like that happen, and when new families or people move into the area and call Buena Vista Township their home. So it's an exciting time as well. The Atlantic County Mayor Dinner was great. Like Bill said, there was a lot of people there from all over Atlantic County, and we were able to network and really dive into what's working, what's not, the events that they're doing. Everybody stood up and gave a little presentation on the events and things. So 4th of July seems like in every area that they're fireworks and parades and things. So it's very exciting to see all that coming back and staying there. So that's exciting too. 4th of July is coming up, and I look forward to seeing everybody at Michael Debbie Park. And our Public Works team has been really busy, power washing, painting, cleaning, throughout Michael Debbie Park, up in Collins Lakes, Newtonville, at the MLK Center. I mean, everywhere. Branches are being trimmed off the roads, patching roads here and there. So there's a lot going on. These guys are just busy from the time they start till the time they're done. So. And the new equipment that was purchased is doing well. The tractor is doing well. The new flail mowers are doing well, and everything else that we're trying to provide them to accurately do a better and safe job. So that's exciting too. So that's it. I won't take any more of your time, but have a great 4th of July, everybody, and be safe. So thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Aaron. Steve, what do you have for us tonight?
Thank you, Bill. Just a shout out to Richland Carpet. Every floor in my house you're responsible for. Every floor of both of my sons' houses you're responsible for. So, and of course, the things that you do in the community here. Serving on the Economic Development Committee with you was a pleasure. It's a shame it kind of fell by the wayside, but congratulations anyway. Young lady, congratulations as well. I think it's important that everybody here listen tonight to our mayor and Committeeman Krenzer. The things in this brochure that came out, they're important. We were handcuffed with this COVID for 18 months or so. There's a lot of things that this particular administration works very, very hard to promote, and we should take advantage of it. Absolutely, positively get out for 4th of July if you can. Hopefully, God willing, the weather will hold out. That's all, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Ellen, anything for us tonight?
Well, I'd like to congratulate Phil and Jean. They've been in business for a long time. I wish I could speak better, but congratulations, and congratulations to you as well. I wanted to bring up the Juneteenth celebration that they had for the first time at the MLK Center. It was quite a gathering for a first time, and I think it was a wonderful start to a new tradition. And I hope to see everyone there next year. It was really nice. And I hope to see everyone at the July 4th celebration as well. We have quite a day in store for everyone, and I think it would be enjoyable for the entire family.
So little surprise for everyone. So Julie's going to open the event, and we're working on Ellen getting her voice back up and running. She's going to sing. She's going to follow with the Ave Maria afterwards. So we've got a team of specialists that are going to work between now and Saturday to get her back up and running.
Well, my husband has his prayers answered.
Thank you, Ellen. What do you have for us tonight, John?
Yes, I also wanted to thank Richland Carpet for their, they've been a mainstay here for many years, and I wanted to thank them for their service. And also, I wanted to congratulate Julie Guzman for her Making Buena Vista Proud Award. Also, tracking back through the month, June 4th, I attended the community yard sale, and we gave away approximately 50 to 60 disposable bags in the environmental booth, and we also had bubbles for the kids and coloring and activity books. The bags went actually pretty well this year because
The hottest item in town right
hottest
now.
item in town because everybody's using the bags now because of the bags stopped. They stopped allowing bags, plastic bags. Also on June 9th, I attended the environmental meeting. We purchased the trail markers for the trail in Michael W. Park. So I noticed they were put on there and all the trees, and I took a walk through there last Wednesday. Also, June 11th, I attended the rain barrel demonstration here at the Township Hall, and we created 10 rain barrels with various people, and we created them, and then they were allowed to be taken home. So also, June 16th, I attended the Buena Vista graduation from 6 to 7:30. There was approximately 125 graduates, and they had approximately $6,491,229 for scholarships and grants, and that was a nice event.
Wow.
Yeah. And then June 22nd, I also attended the concert. First one was for Nikki G, and then next week coming up is Dr. Chico. And I also attended the mayor's dinner at Fazzolari's on the 24th, and at that meeting they passed a blanket resolution urging the swift passage of S330A 3804, which shall restore the energy tax receipts to municipalities. And so they did a blanket resolution, and we approved that, but also they recommended that the individual municipalities pass something too regarding that. And that's it. That's all I have.
Perfect. I want to pick up where John left off real quick. So I had 2 pages typed up tonight for my report with literally what happened between when we met last and today. And within this, I still missed 4 things. I omitted the yard sale, the Juneteenth celebration, the rain barrel workshop, and the Buena High School graduation. I mean, we literally tried to have something every 7 to 14 days at a minimum to keep this community engaged, and I hope that really isn't lost on these people. We were at this mayor's dinner on Friday, and you hear other municipalities that are equally as active, and then you hear other municipalities where, I mean, it's been 90 days since the last thing happened, and there might not be anything happening for another 30 or 40. So I really hope that does resonate with the community as a whole. A lot goes on behind the scenes to put this document together and really the events that comprise this document. So I want to thank everyone for a whole. That really resonated with me after that dinner concluded. It's kind of one of those things that you don't realize until after the fact. But you guys do, you bust your butts. And I'm really proud. I'm getting choked up a little bit because I was very proud to be a part of that dinner that evening. And that was kind of like the talk of the thing. I mean, every mayor got to stand up, talk briefly about, what had just wrapped up, what to look ahead. I had 15 things to talk about, and I kind of stopped because I felt like an idiot. I kept going, and I didn't want to have an embarrassment of riches in this room talking about our events in relation to everybody else. But I want to thank everybody as a whole. Okay.
You did have the longest speech at night, too.
And I didn't touch on like 6 other things that we had in the pipeline.
It's a home game, you're allowed.
So, thank you guys.
So I'm going to add one more thing to that. National Night Out. I
I'm
know
done.
that we will
I'm
have
done.
one more meeting. We will have one more
It's like
meeting.
trying to hit a moving target.
That will be, the end of July, but just to get the word out now, we do have our second annual National Night Out, which will be at Michael Debbie Park this year. It was a great event that was hosted over at Buena Regional High School. We're moving it over to Michael Debbie Park this year. It's the second Tuesday in August, off the top of my head, I don't have
August
the
2nd.
August 2nd, 6 to 8, Michael Debbie Park. Again, we will have the state police there with everything they can possibly bring. MDA is hosting this year. It will be help and sponsored with special events, but MDA is hosting this event this year. So we have tons of vendors, tons of informational booths. The fire truck, again, parade, as well as the fire companies will be there. EMS will be there to give everything out. So please come out, Michael Debbie Park, Tuesday evening, August 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m. Just wanted to add that extra plug in there.
Perfect.
We have so much going on. I'll move on to public comment. Number 14, public comment. The committee welcomes participation of interested organizations and individuals during regular caucus, workshop, and special meetings. However, in order to conduct the business of the township in the most productive manner possible, attendees will be given 4 minutes, all inclusive, including all dialogue, questions, and responses from both the speaker and the committee for the designated public portion of the meeting. There may be no transference of speaker's time to other attendees, so please step up to the microphone at the appropriate time and state your name and address for the record.
Need a motion and a second to open to the public.
Motion to open.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now open to the public.
Good evening, my name is Robert Stone, Buena. August 20th at Michael Debbie Park, we're having our Stone Soil Cookout, and I had an event May 28th, and it didn't go well because I didn't have access to open up the gate, and the electricity for the DJ, the electricity wasn't on, so I had called Steve, and he had called Lisa, and make a long story short, so Mike had to come out to show the guy that was supposed to have turned it on. So I came in about an hour and a half later. So like I'm saying, I have an event August 20th at Michael Debbie Park, and I don't want that to happen again.
So, Mr. Stone, I appreciate you bringing us up to speed with what happened in that, and I'm very familiar with the situation as I was called also then, and we got Brian to run over there as soon as he could, dropping everything and getting over there to you. What did you actually rent for that event? Was it the pavilion? Was it what did the contract rent?
The pavilion, I have
Okay.
everything right here.
Okay.
The pavilion and the
Gazebo.
The gazebo, okay. So we've made, it's been a while now, but our kitchen is not up to speed. And because of the fire suppression and
on the
things like
list.
that. And it's not, we don't rent it out. And it's been that way for a while until we can get that brought up to speed and meet code for fire restrictions and the appropriate stuff in there, that's been closed. And also, I think we have all of our things for like food and drinks and the coolers and stuff in there for our Wednesday night concerts and that as well. So, typically that's why that isn't rented out. I also received a couple pictures of all the stuff you had plugged in, and it was a mass amount of stuff plugged in. So I think that as you kind of move stuff around in that, you were able to assume the electricity correctly. Am I mistaken?
well, what did I have plugged in?
I received a picture of a couple different things, 3-ways, extension cords, all kinds of different
That
stuff.
was for the DJ, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, that's what I always.
Yeah, I think it just overloaded the circuit, in all reality.
I mean, infrastructure-wise,
Yeah.
this is, I apologize for May. I'm committing to you that August will be a night and day difference event-wise. Infrastructure-wise, Michael Debbie Park is at the forefront. A lot of what we discussed previously goes hand in hand with what we want to do moving forward. It's an antiquated venue. Some of it is just the cost of doing anything now, whether it's the gazebo, the pavilions, the kitchen is 300% more than it was 2 years ago. But that is literally a conversation between Lisa and I every 96 hours about what's next for Michael Debbie, to have additional electric capacity, to have additional septic capacity, to eventually have a full-blown concession stand that is set up as a commercial kitchen that we can rent and make the park more desirable to larger events such as what you're doing. So
Yeah.
it's absolutely on my wish list. That to me is our crown jewel, and it's missing a few gems by virtue of its limitations with age and infrastructure. So again, I apologize for May. You have our full commitment as far as August to work out the kinks.
And, we've looked at, updating that. We've spent multiple times over there, Bill and I and our township engineers, Brian, of trying to figure out, how can we accurately get this brought up to speed, brought up to par quicker, with the funds, and where does this come from, and that. So it definitely needs some infrastructure, updates there. The kitchen basically is non-usable in that building itself. And, even when Q cooks for any of our events, he has a cooker outside the event. So, yeah. So,
After the meeting, could I have a talk with you?
absolutely. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Need a motion and a second to close to the public.
Motion to close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 15, executive session. We have Resolution 126-22, authorizing the Township Committee to go into executive session. Whereas we have 4 items scheduled for discussion this evening. Those items to include any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation, or any matters within attorney-client privilege, to include attorney legal updates and leasing of township property. We also have 2 other matters: any matter involving the employment, appointment, termination of employment, or terms and conditions of employment, to include 2 personnel matters, one regarding the Deputy Finance Officer, and a personnel matter regarding terms and conditions of our Chief Municipal Finance Officer. I estimate 30 minutes for executive session and no action to be taken after.
Need a motion and a second to enter executive session.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer,
Yes.
Martinelli,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes.
Okay, this time we'll take a moment. We'll go into our executive session. You're more than welcome to stay, but we don't have any business afterwards. So thank you so much for everybody coming out.